Izopoi from Neopoi. When I first saw them hitting social media, I was stoked to try them out, and now I've got a set to show you. Drex here from DrexFactor.com, helping you discover the love of poi spinning and the flow arts, and today I'm coming at you with a review of Izopoi from Neopoi. Before we dive in, I just want to give a quick shout out to the friends of the channel. Big thanks to Dark Monk, Flow Toys, Pyroterra Light Toys, LMF Props, Spinballs, and Ultrapoi for helping to make the videos on this channel possible. You can learn more about all these awesome companies and the work that they're doing to support flow artists like yourself by checking out the links that I've got down in the description of this video. So I feel like we are kind of living in a renaissance right now of LED contact poi, where for the longest time the only options that we really had were kind of hacks of other materials that were out there in the world. But now not only are there multiple companies out there offering LED contact poi solutions, but a lot of them have been engineered from the ground up with us in mind, and that feels really cool. Now, this particular entry, Izopoi, are made by Neopoi, a company that's based out of Russia. First time I saw these was actually on social media through a number of Russian spinners that I really respect. They were showing off the capabilities of these, and right away I was really blown away by how bright they were and by how well they seemed to handle overall. And the fine folks at Neopoi were more than happy to send me a set of these to try out and review and everything, so I'm going to give you my thoughts on them. We're going to go ahead and drill down features, ease of use, durability, brightness, battery life, and of course price. Then I'm going to give you just a few of my own personal thoughts on these poi. So hopefully that'll help you make some choices in terms of whether you'd want to acquire or repair yourself. So let's start off with features. These contact poi are 100mm form factor. I don't think that they offer a 90mm option, but as somebody who started off on 90mm, 100mm hasn't been that difficult for me to get used to. Of course, the reverse is usually quite a bit more difficult, but that's a story for another time. They have these really lovely, I think these are 8 or 10mm ropes that attach the heads to the handles, and the handles themselves are a fully engineered option specifically for these poi. They actually have this interesting little flute that goes around the tether that kind of makes this feel all like one integrated unit, which is pretty cool. So it should also be said that all of the housing components, both of the handle as well as the heads, are 3D printed. Only the electronics inside are not 3D printed. This is normally a thing that makes me a little bit nervous whenever I see it done with props, because the way that 3D printing works is just that it happens in layers and everything, and if those layers get sheared apart, that can be a point of weakness in the prop. I will say though that I have yet to see that be an issue with these, and the 3D printing actually makes it so that they have a really interesting feel that's very unique. Both the handles and the heads have a total of 32 possible modes that are basically bundled together into 4 different groups of 8 modes. The way you turn them on is, and this is actually becoming more and more common to avoid battery drain, is you have to hold down the button in order to be able to get it to turn on and everything. Then you hold down for just a couple seconds until you see that green flash, and that switches between the different mode groupings, right? Inside of the mode groupings, you can just press the button once to cycle your way through them, yeah? I still don't know if there's a good way to see if I can get it to glow a solid color, if, say, I like have a gig or something like that. But just in terms of like casual spinning and everything, all the modes that they have in here have me covered. Both the heads and the handles also charge with a micro USB, which can be accessed by pulling out this little plug in the top of it. That was actually something that really confused me at first. It can be done just by kind of like prying it out with your fingernails. If you don't have any fingernails, I've been using my keys in a pinch and everything. But yeah, inside of that little recess, there's a little micro USB that can be used to charge both of these. Okay, so let's talk ease of use. So as is the case with all single button interfaces, it's one of those things that you basically have to make sure that it's as simple as possible in order to make everything accessible to people. I usually use a test when I get a new set of poi that if, without reading the instructions, I can turn them on and find a mode that I like, then I would consider it to be a success, and these definitely matched that particular test. I was definitely a little confused in terms of recharging these, because when I first got them, the top plug here seemed like it was part of the same unit as everything near the top here and everything, so I wasn't exactly sure what I should be pulling on to access that plug. It took a little bit of trial and error and definitely me getting a little nervous about it. Okay, so let's talk durability. So I will say that as I was testing these out, one of the heads did glitch out on me. Basically, it refused to respond to button presses, and then I would plug it in and there would be a very, very, very dull red light coming out of it, and I might get it to turn back on for like a couple seconds, but by and large it was just dead, right? I wrote to the company. They said that it does happen in a minority of cases, and they sent me out replacement parts right away, which, you know, that's all you can really ask for and everything. I have no idea how frequently that problem shows up, but I feel like they took good care of me when I did bring it up. I will say the shipping took about 2 weeks in order to get the replacement part, which was kind of a bummer, but that's what's going to happen when you're ordering internationally. So despite my fears about them being 3D printed and everything, I have given these things some very heavy use since I first got them, and I am pleased to report that they have held up like champs. I do have some concerns long-term about this top plug here, and what happens is I'm kind of like pulling it out and pushing it back in and everything. I'm fairly certain that already I have probably done a little bit of damage to it, and I'm going to imagine that I'm probably going to lose these caps at some point. It's not the end of the world, but yeah, I think that it's just something to be aware of in terms of use and abuse of these. Okay, so let's talk brightness. So I will say the brightness of these is one of the things that attracted me to them in the first place. They glow very, very brightly, and when I had to replace the electronics in one of them, I found out why. These are the capsules that they have inside of them, and it's basically a series of 3 groupings that all have 8 LEDs in them and everything. So there's a lot of light that is being put out by all of these LEDs, which is really cool. I will say they also do have a low power mode if you don't want them to be quite as bright or eat up as much battery life, because as we're about to see, the battery life is one of those possible Achilles heels here. So as many of you know, I have a standard test that I use for any LED poi, which is that I put them on white and as bright as they will go, and I wait to see when they finally go out. I have received some pushback on this, so now I'm also doing a test where I do the same thing on full brightness, but instead of white, it is a rainbow strobe, because it's probably a little bit closer to the average use case, right? So on full brightness, on white, these poi last 2.5 hours before they blink out. That's an average because the heads and the handles all kind of went out at slightly different points, but the average time that it took was about 2.5 hours. If I put them on a rainbow strobe mode, they get to about 3 hours on average, so it's not that big a difference in lifespan. Of course, you can get more life out of them by trying them out on the power save mode and everything, but if brightness is the thing that you're looking for here, that's what you're going to wind up with. Cool, so before I get to price, I'd like to run down a couple things that I really like about these and a couple things that I think could use some work. So in terms of things that I really like about these feel really unique. I have literally never picked up a set of contact poi that felt like these, and it's really enjoyable to kind of be surprised by the experience of using a set of contact poi, because, you know, they have been the standard in the poi world now for close to a decade, and finding some new surprises there is really refreshing. I will also say, these handles are freaking awesome. There are 3 LEDs inside of them. They're super bright. They feel great. To be perfectly honest with you, I think that Neopoi ought to be offering these handles available for individual sale themselves. Like, these are definitely a home run. In terms of some things that I think that they could use some work on, first up, this is just a general note to Neopoi in general. So, this is the instruction manual for the Izopoi. You will note it's a lot of text, and it doesn't give me any kind of guide to the modes. In fact, I had to go digging on the website in order to find all the different modes that I could access on them and everything. This is one of those things that I kind of feel like when you're investing a bunch of money in a prop and everything, that, you know, all of the accoutrements around it should like match the quality of that product, and this feels like something that somebody printed out of an inkjet printer rather than a professional accompaniment to the product. Yeah. Second, I hate the end caps. I feel like I'm going to break them every time I pull them out. And it's one of those things that because they separate completely from the head, I just know that I'm going to lose these at some point because they're small and they don't really attach. If there is any way that they could be engineered such that they attach via a hinge to the heads and everything, I think that that would be a much better solution. And also to have it be easier to take them out and everything. Because again, I feel like I'm going to tear this apart every time I try and pull it out. But other than that, yeah, Izopoi are really solid. I have been really enjoying the experience of spinning with them, and they have definitely earned a place in my backpack. So if you would like to pick up a pair of Izopoi for yourself, you can get them over at neopoi.com. They are $195 a pair. It does take about 2 weeks to ship them to you, but I will say that I feel like the experience of spinning them has been worth it. So yeah, take from that what you will. Do you own a set of Izopoi? What has been your experience of spinning them? Let me know down in the comments, and let me know if there are other products you'd like to see me review. If you dug this video and you'd like to see more like it in the future, pretty please like, share, subscribe, and of course, ring that bell. That way you know exactly when I drop a new video. And before I set you all loose, I just want to put out a massive thank you to all of my wonderful supporters on Patreon. They are the reason that this video and all the videos on this channel exist. If you would like to send to support the work that I do, please head on over to patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi and sign up. You get early access to all of my content, as well as the ability to have a say in what content I pursue in the future, and some other fun behind the scenes extras.